Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. 60andMe is a global community of women who are over 60, aging beautifully, and who just love to play with makeup, skincare, and are interested in new products. And I do product tutorials and reviews now and again, but today I want to do something which is kind of fundamental to the whole makeup process for me. I have a passion for foundations. I'm always looking for foundations that are lightweight, natural looking, and who give your face a nice sort of canvas to work on and to play with other products. Now today I've got a mixture of high-end and affordable drugstore products. That's how I put my makeup on. I have favorites in both categories. But today I'm going to go through 10 makeup foundations that I love. Not in any real particular order, but I have got one surprise for you. And that is, today I did something I've never done before. I used 2 different foundations on my face. On one side, there is a very affordable makeup product, $5. The other side is a more up-end, high market end, maybe $25. So there's going to be a reveal at the end, because honestly, I cannot tell the difference. And that's why these are both in my top 10, and maybe I'll show you those at the very, very end, because I just want you to know though that you don't have to spend a lot of money on foundations. There are some really wonderful drugstore products out there, and I want to share them with you. So let me go through the ones that I, over the last year, have experimented with. I've worn them for several hours, out in the real world, and just share my impressions and give you some ideas. So a couple that I really love are from the UK, from England, but you can purchase them globally now. They are ones I have worn now for a couple of years. This one was fairly new 2 years ago. It's called number 7 Boots. It's Hydra Luminous foundation. My color is Cool Beige, and I just love this foundation. It's probably one of the closest to my natural colors, and it's a beautiful silky, radiant finish. It's good coverage. Now, when you get to be 60, 70, you've got age spots, you've got, sort of, not imperfections, but, places in your skin that you want to smooth out. This is an awesome foundation for that purpose. So that's on my top 10. Number 7, Boots Hydra Luminous. Now, they've just come out with a new one, which I picked up about a month ago. It's in their Protect and Perfect series. And this one also, I absolutely love. It's a little bit heavier, in my opinion, in terms of coverage than the number 7, the Hydra Luminous. This is called Protect and Perfect Advanced All-in-One Foundation. And it is a really, really good foundation. So if you can get either of these, if you're living in the United States, I think they're available in various places now. Those are 2 products from Boots, number 7, that I highly recommend. I wear them all the time. Another one that I love, which is from a different part of the world, is this Radiant foundation. This has been on my top 10. Let me get the front of it here. This has been on my top 10 for years. I did a video maybe 3 years ago, and this was on that list then. It's Radiant. It's called Wonderlight. It's a Wonderlight serum foundation, so it's got some good ingredients in it as well for healing and nourishing your skin. It's very lightweight, but it gives excellent coverage. And for me, again, and I think that's the secret, is finding the color and the undertone in your skin that works perfectly. Now, there's lots of information about undertones and how to choose foundation colors, whether you're a cool undertone or more pink or peach. This can, you can take one color of foundation and it can be different for each of those undertones. So it's important that you check around. Now, if you shop at Sephora, they've actually got a foundation shade finder, which helps a lot. If you know one that's really favorite, you can then find out what others you might want to purchase or consider. So Radiant for me is a big, big winner for me. I wear it all the time, summer and winter. It layers and builds really beautifully, and they do good skincare as well. So they really do care about the whole end to end. So that's why this Wonderlight Serum Foundation by Radiant is really one of my favorites. So that's the third one. Another one that I've discovered, which I really do love, is the Charlotte Tilbury. It's called Healthy Glow Unisex Healthy Glow. I've talked about this one before as well. I love it for the summer. The reason I love it for the summer is that I don't self-tan. I don't get out in the sun very much because I do protect my skin with SPF, but this is one if you want a little bit of a glow that's more like a tan. And I've shown this before. I'll just give you an idea. You can see it looks like a foundation from there, but when you release it, it's white. You see, I'll just put it on my skin. This one I'm fascinated by. There's a couple that are doing this kind of changing color as you apply it, but this is the unisex Charlotte Tilbury. Only Charlotte Tilbury I actually own. But you put it on, it's white when you take it out of the tube, and then you apply it on your skin. And I'll rub it in because you can hopefully see in this light how it changes color. And you actually get kind of a tan, a little bit of a tan color, but it washes off super easy, and it's just a beautiful, the light is not showing it very well, but trust me, it's gorgeous. And I wear it all the time in the summer. And now we're getting into autumn, I'm like thinking of, you know, different like burgundy and the darker pinks, but this one I definitely have on my top list. Another one which I discovered this summer is the Este Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue. It's not like the double wear in that it's not like super coverage. It's more of a summer, spring kind of foundation. Glowy, radiant, very, very lightweight, but it's pretty on the skin. This color that I'm using is, I don't know, oh, it's ivory beige. Yeah, be careful of the colors on this particular line because ivory, I always think of like a really light foundation, but this is not. It's a, you know, it's a beigey, a cool beige, sand beige color. So check that out. But if you can see it in the shop, it's Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue. That's on my list. That's number, I think that's 5. Another one from the UK, but you can certainly get this around the world, is by Ciate. Now, of all my foundations, this is the one that matches my skin color the best. It is not the one I'm wearing today, the two that I'm wearing today. But it is one of my favorites. This is the 3rd time I've ordered this, and I've got a spare because I know that this is always going to be my best color, like normal skin color. 106P, I think is what it's called. Yeah, 106P. Every number in these foundations is a little different. You know, ivory beige and then 106P. How do you know that? But this is on the shade finder at Sephora. So I use this 106P a lot to see what other shades in other brands I might need. That's a really cool one. And again, it's a radiant, not matte, but it's got a sort of a more of a matte finish than the other ones I've showed you so far. So if you want something a little bit heavier, fuller foundation, the Ciate, it's called Extraordinary Foundation. It's really cool. I love it. Now, I have really fallen in love the last few months with Korean products, Korean beauty products. I found a website called Yes Style. I did a video on it, but you can get this foundation in other places too. It's by Misha, and they're calling it a BB cream, and it's called, oh well, it's in Korean language here, so I can't read all the instructions, but if you look online for Misha, M-I-S-S-H-A, and by the way, I'll put all the links to these in the section below, so you don't have to check it all out. But this Misha comes in 2 different forms. This one is like a pale color package, and then there's a darker red, and the red is more of a gray color. This one is awesome. I really, really like it. It goes on super smooth. I can just put it a little bit here. Can you see that? And it just blends so beautifully. Very, very lovely. And it's because it's considered a BB cream, it's a sort of a balancing foundation. It's lightweight, but again, it gives you great coverage. So the Misha BB cream is the next one on my favorites list. Okay, I think I've got 3 more, but I've got one in particular I wanted to mention. Just discovered it when I was doing my video on makeup foundations that are transfer proof. In other words, they don't transfer onto your mask, onto clothing. And a lot of new makeups are coming out with, our foundations are coming out with this feature now because the vendors and the suppliers know we're looking for things that don't rub off on our clothes and our mask in particular. But this one is the Maybelline. It's called Maybelline. I have to look at the thing on the side. Super Stay 24-hour full coverage foundation. I wore this in a previous video that I did a makeup tutorial on masks and things you can wear that are transfer proof, and I want to recommend this one. It really is transfer proof. It does not rub off. It's called, what is the shade I use? I think it's something like, I always have to hunt around for the colors here. I think it's Cool Beige, but I'll leave the details below. But this is, I would say, of the ones, Super Stay 24-hour full coverage foundation by Maybelline. Lots of really great products by Maybelline in the drugstore, in my opinion. I use eye products from them. I've got a couple of things. I'll show you how I put this look together today. But Super Stay Maybelline is a super foundation, one of my top 10. Now, the two. Okay. I want to show you again here because I've actually used some cream blush. I put a little bit of bronzer I'll talk about in a second, but the rest of the skin are two different foundations. Which one is the drugstore brand? Okay. This is amazing to me because I discovered it by accident because the packaging is super similar. Glass bottle, square, and I picked the one up by mistake, and then I thought, wait a minute, that's the same as the other one. What it is, on this side, I've got a very high-end brand called Shiseido, and it's the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. It's SPF 30, and that's one advantage to it, which the other doesn't have, but it's really, really wonderful, and I'm looking for the color, but I'll leave it below. I think it's some quartz. And this one is actually beautiful. It's a beautiful foundation. I do love it. I, by the way, didn't have any concealer on today. I've kind of given up on concealer as I've gotten older. But I did put the foundation under my eyes, and it's not grabbing wrinkles particularly. It's a really nice foundation. So I would recommend it. I love it. But on the other side is a drugstore brand, which I've talked about before, and it's probably my number one favorite drugstore foundation, and that is Believe Beauty. It's Believe Beauty foundation. It's from the dollar store, so it's not even a drugstore. It's actually the dollar store exclusively. This is amazing foundation. I don't know what they put in it. I don't know how it's different than this. What are the ingredients? Because I cannot, honestly, if you were to ask me right now, I could not tell the difference. And I separated it right down the middle. I was super careful. I used the same brush, which is my Radiant foundation brush, which I love, I love, I love. I've tried other brushes. This I picked up in Greece, 5 years ago, and I've worn it. I've used it ever since. I adore it. So that's the story. This is the Shiseido, about $25, $30. This is the Believe Beauty, $5. So it just goes to show that you can buy foundation across the whole spectrum. Most of the ones I've showed you are in the sort of $15 to $20 range, except for this Believe. It's $5. Amazing, just amazing. So I hope that's been useful for you in terms of foundations. By the way, if you have enjoyed this video, there's lots more makeup videos that I have done. Just subscribe to the channel, there's a button down there, and press the notification bell if you don't mind, because that would actually tell you when the next videos are released. And it really helps to support my channel, and I would appreciate it. So I want to tell you in like a minute kind of what I used today just to get this look, because the main thrust of this conversation was foundation, but I'll tell you what I put on. So foundation, one on the other side, Shiseido and the Believe. I used Honest Beauty blush, cream blush. It's in Peony Pink, my favorite. I love this cream blush. I didn't put any powder on also because I wanted you to see the foundation without powder, but that was the blush. I used the Maybelline contour stick. It's called Face Studio Contour, which has got a brown contour on one side, highlight on the other side. I didn't actually wear highlight. I just put a little bit of the contour under my cheekbones, and underneath my chin, a little bit on the forehead. And that's a drugstore product too. I used the Maybelline Tattoo Brow for my eyebrows. I've just discovered this works best for me. It's got a thicker little brush, and it's very chubby, but it's perfect for my eyes. I use that today. And then I use my Maybelline. Is it Maybelline? Gosh, there's a lot of Maybelline. It is a great brand, and I do love it. And this is the mascara I used, which is Falsies Lash Lift. Falsies Lash Lift. I've used this again many times, and I just grabbed today the things that were my favorites. So those are those three things. In terms of eyeshadow, I discovered a little palette from Essence. I think it was $4. And I really wanted a peachy color, a pinky peach color. So I bought this for that particular color, this one right here. But then I found this beautiful burgundy next to it and a deep brown. So that's the colors I've used today. I put a little bit burgundy on the outer third of the eye. I've used the dark brown as a kind of crease color, and then I've used this kind of shimmery, this one right here, on the lid. And I think for a $4 palette, it's really, really nice. I mean, I've got lots of palettes that I love, eyeshadow palettes, but that one I wanted to show you because it's called the Rose Edition. And it's probably not available everywhere, but you can get Essence online in lots of places. But I thought that was a really nice little palette. And then finally, lips. Okay, I'm gonna do a video on this particular product line because I have just discovered it and I've fallen in love with it. It's called Grande, G-R-A-N-D-E. Grande Lips is the lipstick. It's like a liquid lip, which I normally don't wear, but it's a beautiful color. Peach, as a kind of a pinky maroon color. I'll just put it on my hand here. Can you see? It's very, very pretty. And it goes on and it says it's plumping. Now, I'm not into plumping lipsticks and this didn't sting my lips at all, but it did give it kind of a little, I don't know, it felt full. It just felt like I was putting something on there. And I've actually worn this under a mask and it does dry down to kind of a semi-matte. But I did add something on top, which is going to not make that possible because I added a final bit of gloss I wanted to share with you, which is this one. I've never bought this line before. Patrick Ta. He's a very big Instagram presence, and I just wanted to try one of his lipsticks. It's a lip gloss, and this is so, so pretty. It's actually like a shimmer color. I'll put the details of the exact shade below. I think it's called a Monochrome Moment. Silky lip cream. It's called Monochrome Moment. But I put that just in the center of the lips. So that's it. That's all I used today. Oh yes, I used my NYX lip liner in Natural. This is again a $6 product. One of the best lip liners if you want a neutral tone. It's just a brown color, very, very neutral. That's my lip liner for today. So that's what I did. I think I've showed you everything that I used. Primer. I used this beautiful little, it's called Peach Sea. And it's a primer on Anya Style, Korean product. Love it, really love it. And a lot of other bloggers do too. They've discovered this product. It's under $8. But also the other one I always use is the e.l.f. Putty primer. But this one, today I use this. But that's it. That's all the products that I've used. I hope that you found this fun and useful and got inspiration on the foundations. That was the most important thing to share. Thank you again for being here. I hope just keep shining. Just wear the makeup. Go out and enjoy yourself and just don't worry about anything but living this life, this beautiful life that we have to the fullest. And makeup is just another way to add some brightness and some color, sparkle to your life. So thanks again, everybody, for being here, and we'll see you all again soon. And please don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell and keep following us on our product tutorials for makeup for older women. Take good care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.